Hello everyone, I am back for part 2 of how businesses use concepts and strategy when pricing their inventory. All right, their products. So let's talk about, I don't think I did okay, here we go. Now, I want you guys to truly pay attention to this. This determines if you're making money, if you're breaking even, or if you're losing, okay? It's called breaking even. So the breaking even points. Break even points. I'm going to read the definition. Once again, this information does come from ICEV as well as myself, Cam. All right, so the definition is this. Calculation to discover the point at which sales revenue equals the cost of making and distributing a product when this product is reached a company. Okay. Begins to make a profit. Okay, so here are the key words. Which sales revenue equals the cost of making and distributing a product. When this point is reached, a company begins to make a profit. We all know what profit means. Money. Money for themselves. Basically, what is left over is the profit. So what is left over from the company? All right, so here we go. This is how you can calculate and know if you are losing, breaking even, or making money. What you would do is, here we go. I'll put this light on a little more so I can see. All right, so let's say, what's an item I can use? Okay, here we go. Let's say for the 4th of July, you're purchasing some sodas or pops. All right. It costs you, no, hold on. That's not a good example. Okay, let's say that you're making ices. Let's say that you're making ices and you're going to be selling them at the event, the 4th of July event that you'll be attending. It costs you $10 to make the product, okay? It costs you $15 to distribute for distribution, so to actually keep the product. And all together, wait a minute, hold on. How did I do this? I'm missing a number. Hold on. Oh, here we go. Okay, so it costs you $10 to make the product, $15 for distribution, and then the customer pays $40. These are some serious sensational cups, right? Now, once you add up what it cost you altogether, the distribution, and what the customer paid, you will have $15 left over for yourself. Make sure I did that right. Yes. $40 minus $25. Yes, that's correct. Because what you would do is take 40 minus 25. That will give you 15. That will give you 15. Buy my purse. In the living room on a chair. Told her I was doing videos. Okay, so that's how, let's go back. All right, so that's how we come up with what is left over. So the $15 you've made as the business owner. Now, to break even, if you make, if the customer pays exactly as a whole what it costs you to make the product and the distribution costs, the breaking even is if you don't have any money left over, but it covered those expenses. All right, that's breaking even. Usually this happens with new businesses. Definitely your first year, you should be at least breaking even. If you're not breaking even and you're losing, okay, so here's what I mean by losing. If, let's say, you can't sell that product, right? So you have to lower the price. All right, so instead of you making the instead of the customer as a whole paying for what it costs for you to hold that product and for you to make that product or whatever, instead of you making that money as a whole, you wind up losing $5. Okay, so instead of the customer paying $40, the customer pays $35. You've lost $5. Now, when this happens, sometimes it's okay for it to happen here and there, like on maybe one or two sales or two products. Let's say if you have maybe 15 items that you're selling and you have 10 of those items a piece, so you have 10 sensational cups, you have 10 flashy firecrackers, and you have 10 lawn chairs or whatever. And let's say instead of you getting $15 for each lawn chair, maybe two of those lawn chairs you only got $10 for. That means you've lost $10. That may be okay, right? Because you're not losing as much. But what we need to be aware of as business owners, you don't need many losses. You don't need a lot of losses. Then you're just being foolish. You need to go back and revamp your business plan. See where you're going wrong. Maybe some of the products that you have, you don't how can I say it? Let me drink some water here. Don't purchase those. Okay? And that's why you need to understand your target market. Remember, we talked about that. And your potential target markets. So that you are not wasting time, energy, and money purchasing things that, or providing services that people aren't going to pay for. Please, y'all, listen. Both business owners and consumers. All right. So that's with that. I hope I made myself clear. All right. Now, profit maximization objective. Now, this should actually be a part of your business plan. I think I covered that. Now, here's what this definition states. Sets out to make as much profit as possible. Does not necessarily mean high prices for consumers. Now, I'm going to talk about the Dollar Tree. Okay, history lesson. When they first came out, the first store to open its doors, known as the Dollar Tree. So the first location of the Dollar Tree. When they first opened their doors, business owners and consumers thought that this business wasn't going to last because the items in the store are all $1. So you're thinking, $1. Like, if I have 50 lipsticks, right? 50 lipsticks, and I'm selling each of those components for $1, that's only $50. However, you can still sell products at a low price and still make a profit, and a substantial amount of profit. This is how it is done. As a business owner, you want to get items in bulk. Okay, if you can purchase items in bulk, you will win. Usually what happens is if you purchase items in bulk, they give it to you on the low. So you may only be paying 5 cents, or let's say the Dollar Tree may only be paying 5 cents for each unit. So if we say 5 times 50 is what? 50 times 5, 25. So you're roughly paying $2.25. I hope that's right. Yes, for 50 tubes of lipstick. But your consumer is paying $1 per lipstick. Now, we do need to take in consideration not just what you're paying as the business owner for each unit, but also what is it costing you for distribution. Okay, that could be holding the product, shipping the product out, Then you add those two up, what you paid for the price and the distribution cost, what you're gonna each customer is gonna pay, or as a whole, what you plan on making from each item of the lips, each lipstick. Then you should have a profit left over. This is why the Dollar Tree is winning. So let's talk about what's going on right now in the economy. The Dollar Tree, those co-founders were extremely intelligent, and they really thought about strategies when they created this business. They knew they could buy in bulk, and they made it like a small one-stop shop place. They sell food, they sell cosmetics, they sell tools, they sell household must-haves, they sell everything. They sell toys. Now, some of the products will break. Some of the products aren't gonna last longer than a second. But for the most part, they're winning. Now, they sell bread. They sell everything. So compare them to Whole Foods. Compare them to Walmart. Compare them to Jewel's. Compare them to any grocery store, any hardware store. They're winning. I have yet to read in the news that they are filing for bankruptcy. If someone knows different, please post the comments, but they are not. Most people now are looking at their money and they said, wow, with $100, I can go get food, I can go get toilet paper, I can go get hair care products, I can go get self-care products, men can go get tools, families can go get toys for $100. You're coming home with 100 items. Okay, smart business move. All right, next one. Market share objectives. Now, some of you may have never heard of the term monopoly, but there are only a few companies that are monopolies. But for the most part, you want to have a competitive market. So you want, as a business owner, you do want others to be able to compete with you, right? That's what makes our economy successful. Now, when we talk about market share objectives, let's talk about nail polish. There are several brands that carry what? Nail polish. For the most part, if it's low-end brands, the prices are going to be around the same. Maybe a penny more, maybe a penny less, but they're roughly around the same. Same as with your middle-end products, roughly around the same, maybe a dollar, not a dollar, maybe 5 cents more, 5 cents less. But for the most part, they're within the same price range. High end, same thing. Now here's the definition of market share objectives. Popular strategy to obtain a specified share percentage of the market. Now let's do some comparison. OPI nail polish versus Maybelline nail polish. They're roughly going to be around the same price. So they both win and they make money, which is a specific percentage of the market. All right. One price policy. Most of us love this one. What this is, it offers the same price to all consumers, which is customers, who purchase products under essentially the same conditions as the same quantities. Here's an example of that. Microsoft. They have the Office suite, right? And that's where you have Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Access. I can't think. There's another one. All right. Anywho, here we go. So let's take the gas station. At the gas station, large bags of ice. So no matter who you are, no matter what time you may go to the Shell gas station, they have bags of ice. The large bags are going to be $4.25 plus tax. No matter who you are or whatever. That's the price. So that's what we like, the one price policy. No negotiation. No dropping the price or anything like that. All right, so let's talk about flexible price policy. Now, I'll read the definition and then I'm going to give you an example. And what this is, offers the same product and quantities to different customers at different prices. Advent to computer database technology has allowed more use of flexible price policies. You will see this out of all of the business categories, right? Technology falls under this quite a bit. And here we go. Here's the example. Microsoft Office for college students. So for college students, the cost of Microsoft Office will cost them $19.99 a month or $19.99 for the year, as long as they're in school, okay? And I'm just throwing numbers out there. This isn't written in stone. I'm just giving examples. Now, for educators such as teachers, college professors, instructors that may be doing training for new employees coming into the company, they may pay $25.99 a month or for the year, as long as that is their profession. All right. So this is what we mean by flexible price policy. Based on, this could be based on your occupation. It could be based on your age. It could be based on your education. It could be based on your occupation. All right. The next term is penetration price policy. All right. Here we go. I'm going to read the definition, and then I think you guys will be able to think of an example for this one, but I will give you one. Okay, so attempts to sell at one low price to attain to an entire market. An attractive policy when selling large quantities results in lower costs because of economics of scales. So economies of scales. All right. What this means is, here we go. Because we are in a pandemic, and for the most part, masks, you know, the face masks, they are mandatory. Okay, they're mandatory. Now, I'm going to use the hospitals as an example. Because the hospitals must have masks, they must have enough masks for patients, as well as employees, as well as visitors. All right. This is where the penetration price policy takes effect. Okay. And I could only think of the hospitals because that's what is going on right now, the current events. It's a must. And this works for them. All right. Here we go. This is one of my favorites. And this is going to piggyback off of some of the discussions that I said on part 1 of concepts and pricing strategies. And also what I've said about the business plan and how consumers spend. Here we go. Quantity discounts. The definition is offer to encourage buyers to buy in bulk. Remember, I just said that on the previous segment with the Dollar Tree. I don't know if I said on this one or part 1. Okay, the Dollar Tree is an excellent example. Buying in bulk. Here we go. It also works for consumers, and here it is. Let's say, I'll give an example for women, and then I'll give an example for men, even though I didn't write one down for men, so I'm gonna have to think of one off the top of my head for men, but I don't want to leave anyone out. All right, so for 5 sets of 5 lashes, you would pay $15. So here we go. This is how I buy my lashes. I get them in bulk. Each box of lashes, each unit of lashes that I purchase has anywhere from 3 to 5 sets of lashes in that one unit. So let me see if I have any examples here. Actually, I have a order that should be coming. Okay, here we go. This is why I say buy in bulk, especially if these are products you're going to be using. Okay, so here we go. This is one. So you see how there's 1 set, 2 set, and then there's a first set, second set, and third set. Then with this one, oh wow, I still have those. Here's 1 pair, 2 pairs, 3 pairs, 4 pairs, 5 pairs. Yes. So if you pay, you get 5 to 3 pairs per unit, you pay $15, right? That's a deal. You pay a total of $15 for 5 sets of 5 lashes. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 sets of lashes for $15. Is that a steal or what? Okay. All right, so I explained that. 1 box, if you just get one instead of getting it in bulk like that, let's say you get 1 box of 5 for $5, it seems like it's a deal because you're paying $1 per set of lashes, but no, you're winning if you get 5 sets of those for $15. Because think about it, you're getting a $10 discount opposed to buying them 1 set at a time for $5. Now, here's an example with, let's see, what's a good example for men? Okay, here we go. So you know how you go to the, I don't know the right terms, but tool section. You know how men, they have to have their screwdrivers and their hammers and their wrenches and all that. All right, so let's say they go over to Target and they're really in need for a wrench. right? One little wrench or a screwdriver, right? Okay, now they can purchase one screwdriver, and I'm just throwing prices out there. I don't know anything about how much tools cost. All right, so they buy one screwdriver for $3, right? One. Where they see a tool kits of different sizes of screwdrivers. So they see a pack of 5 screwdrivers, all different sizes, right? Because they make different sizes of screwdrivers. They see that for, let's say, $10. Don't you think it would be beneficial as a consumer to purchase that one where you get the whole 5 sets for $10 opposed to getting one for $3? So let's do the calculation. You have 5. If you buy them individually, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. What would be a better deal for you, the consumer? Because eventually you're going to need to use those screwdrivers, because every whatever do-it-yourself isn't going to be the same size screwdriver, right? You're not going to need to use the same screwdriver for different projects. You're going to need different size screwdrivers. So it just makes sense to purchase the five in a set, right? It just makes sense. Now, here is where the business benefits. They've packaged up these 5. They're selling them for $10, right? Yeah, $10. But it only costs them maybe $2 for the 5. So $2. And then it costs them maybe another $2 for distribution. Add it up. What is their profit? So 10 minus 4 is 6. The consumer paid $10. So they've made $6. That's a win-win. They've made enough to cover, right, when we talked about the break-even point. So they've broken even, but then they have a profit left over. So then what they could do, out of that $6, they take $3, put it up, right, from the business. They've already earned their money back that they've paid for the pricing and all that and the distribution. So they go and they do what? They buy more, and then they have an additional $3, if I'm thinking right? So they can take that $3 and add it on to the next purchase that they're going to get from buying in bulk. Okay. Definitely want to do that. And that's, okay, here we go. Now, this is where everybody's thinking we're going to bounce back like overnight from this depression and recession. And I want you guys to listen to me closely. I need to really sip some water on this one. My niece was over here playing on my vanity here and putting her nails on, and she got glue all on my table. But since that's my favorite niece and she takes after me, oh well, I'll get over it. She was sitting here, she did my makeup the other day and did her makeup, and then she came the next day and came back and started doing her nails. I was in the other room and I didn't watch her because, I've been doing these little press on myself, so she already had hers. And she said, well, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And she polished her nails well, though. She didn't get the polish anywhere. But anywho, I just had to tell you guys that if you're seeing these little bubble spots, that's glue, nail glue. All right, so let's talk about elastic demand. And what this is change in price will affect the demand. Here we go. Water. I'm trying to make sure I use the right examples here. I had to think. Okay, so water and gum. Depending on the demand for the gum and the water, the price may change. Now, that's elasticity, which is known as elastic. Prices change every day, right? And what this is based on, it's based on supply and demand, and if it's a need or want. Another example could be what could another example be? That's it. I'm not gonna go too deep. Okay, now the next one. This is what we need to truly understand about inelastic. Okay, so you have the elastic and then you have the inelastic demand. And right now, well, let me read the definition before I jump into these examples, because it's going to be, oh my God, all these messages. Okay, change in price has little effect on demand. Little effect. Meaning, no matter what, these are must-haves for consumers. So let's back this up a little bit. We're going to do comparison and contrasting. Okay. So with elastic, you can change the prices on those items, right? Because these are just like comfort items. It's no need for us to have gum, right? It's no need. That's just like maybe it's a treat for you. I mean, like if someone has really bad breath, they need gum. They may need gum, but for the most part, they can get a peppermint easily. They could gum could be easily substituted. Thank you, because I was getting lost in words. Okay. Now, when it comes to inelastic, the reason why you're not going to see much of a price change is because it's a must. Like, you can't live without it. Here's a great example. Baby formula. If a mother is refusing to breastfeed, and for some of you all, you men and women that have never had children, let me tell you something. Breastfeeding can be extremely painful. Meaning, if you're not breastfeeding that child every 2 or 3 hours, or pumping your boobies to get that milk out, let me just tell you, here we go. That milk starts to sit in your breast and it lumps up, it gets hard, and that is painful. Okay, so for mothers that are tired of breastfeeding, formula is a must. Newborn babies cannot eat pre-made food. They can't drink juice. They must have milk and milk only. So this is why baby formula, very rarely will you see that price drop. It usually stays the same all around the world. It's a must. The babies must eat. And when they're little, formula. Newbornies. Okay. Now, that's an example of a must, right? Which is it's a must, and it's positive. Now, we have to be aware of fear tactics as well. When individuals are afraid, and we're going to talk about this pandemic, hand sanitizer. When all of this occurred, hand sanitizer was publicized as a must, right? And the price of that didn't go down at all. Actually, it had gone up. And people did not care how much they had to pay to get them some sanitizer. They got it. So this is a fear tactic method used when talking about inelastic demand. That's it. The pandemic brought this about. So when we're talking about inelastic, elastic, just keep in mind, elastic, the price can go up and down all around depending on supply and demand. Inelastic, for the most part, remains the same. Now, if there's a supply shortage, then the cost will go up for inelastic because it's in demand too. And it's a must. And if it's bought on by fear, oh well, that's another topic. But consumers do base a lot off of emotions. So, as a business owner, or those of you that are thinking about going into business for yourself or with your significant other or your children or whoever, family, be aware of all of these definitions, terms that I've discussed with you. By knowing these, right, by knowing this stuff, it actually opens your strategies, how you'll strategize to make a profit, as well as your purchasing items for your business, and how you're going to sell those items and things of that nature, right? We must be wise. Because you want to win, right? You only play games that you can win. Know the ending before the beginning, or somewhere in the beginning, know your ending. All right. And once again, this is part 2 of how businesses use strategies and concepts pertaining to their pricing, how consumers view pricing. Okay. Love you guys. I'm going to see if I can make another one really soon. I have a busy schedule, so I'm not one to just post every day. I know I need to find some common ground as to making these videos and uploading them every day. But bear with me. We will get through this. And once again, happy 4th of July, guys. Happy. Oh, I found a dentist. So happy. And now I have a few numbers for orthodontics. Yes. Okay, I just had to say that because I was so happy. All right, love y'all. Be safe, be happy, love yourselves, and business. Money, more money, more money. All right.